Hey, this is Mass Sex with a brand new One Punch Man the Strongest video. And boy, there's a lot of information coming at us. It's the end of the month. A lot of information we just received. It's supposed to be getting posted. If you're not aware, we don't get information any earlier than you guys, maybe by a few hours or 12 hours at the most. So whatever you think, it doesn't really pay to be a mod, at least since I've been doing it. Really, we are just glorified customer service reps, and leave it at that. Enough said. I guess it is what it is, but no shocker, our next limited unit is going to be Extreme Tank Top. And yeah, I'm going to put a disclaimer before I do this video. If you guys watch my videos and know, like when Atomic Samurai came out, I was all in on that one. All in. Crazy love that unit. Most people that got him absolutely love him. People are still using him now. He's been relegated to my second unit now, but he's still a phenomenal, absolute great unit. I love TTM Plus. I'm just going to say it. I love this unit. I think this unit is amazing. Maybe not as high up on the charts as you would think when it comes to tier lists, but for me, I love everything that this character is about. But why am I saying that now with a disclaimer? Because we have to assume we will be getting our next core unit next month. Speculated about it last month with the changes they made. With the drop of TTM Plus, it pretty much in my mind solidifies and makes sense with anniversary, 2-year anniversary, that they want to put a unit that everybody must get. So with that, as much as I love this unit, if you don't have the resources and tickets to do both, I would highly recommend holding off for the core unit next month if it drops. Sorry if it doesn't, but I have to assume the worst case scenario. So I just wanted to put that out there because to me that's much more important for the long run. But why do I love TTM so much? Well, first off, he is our first, and I'm not even sure if there is another unit, at least not coming anytime soon, that counters damage sharing. And we all know what a headache it could get to. The LSSR is Boros back in his day. The LSSR, it shuts them down completely, okay? So I love that. I love support characters. I love characters that, if you've probably been watching my videos and know how I like to build my teams, DPS to me is second tier. There will always be a heavy hitter. I like the characters that enhance your team and do something that gives a global benefit to your team, and that's what TTM Plus does. On top of that, he's a reflect unit. We don't have that on the hero side. So yeah, I mean, come on. He's just one of those units that I like how he was put together and built. But before we get into more details on this unit, let's go ahead and talk about what this unit does. Now, he's classified as a breakthrough and unyielding damage reflection. He's a grappler, which is problematic. Okay, that is the other not the other, but one of the issues with this character, okay? Grapplers are tough, and you have to make hard choices, and when we get the core change, remember, we're back to Rainbow with 2 extra slots. So yeah, so you're gonna have to really consider how you want to build your teams and if this character will absolutely help you out, or if you even have the space for it. Now looking at his basic attack, it just attacks a single target, 2 consecutive strikes for 120% attack damage. Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. We don't even care about the attacks on most characters. His ultimate. Attack the column with 5 consecutive strikes and deal damage by 110% max HP. Probably triggers breakthrough, instantly removes target's damage ignoration, granted by unyielding type effect. Each attack against per target triggers only once. See, he's a heavy hitter based on HP column, not AoE, but that's fine with me, especially when you're hitting hard. And of course, you can only imagine when we talk about gearing, it's going to be what you'd expect, HP. Now this character's passive. This is where things get even more interesting. When battle begins, grants specialized guard. By 180% HP, absorbs incoming damage up to 1,500% of original max HP. Removes the damage sharing effects of all enemies when the round begins. Yeah. There you go. It's right there. Starts at the very beginning of battle. After taking damage or being defeated, reflects 51% incoming damage to 4 random enemies. Specialized guard plus HP consumption. Only one effect of the same type can be effect of the whole battle. Then you get the standard HP increase or whatever is for that particular character that's going to scale. Now let's get into the Awaken passive. When battle begins, he summons Tank Top Tiger to help fight and inherits attack by 30% of Tank Top Master's HP. After the ally takes action, Tank Top Tiger deals follow-up by 100% attack to 1 random enemy. The follow-up will first be dealt to the enemy in damage ignoration status and triggers breakthrough. Instantly removes target's damage ignoration granted by unyielding type effect and recovers Tank Top Master's specialized guard by 20% of max HP, which is incredibly important. So what do the stats change to when you go and start getting into Awakening in 5P? Well, his Ultra Ultimate will go from 110% to 140%. Ultimate damage of max HP. His extreme passive, specialized protection, goes to 200%. His damage reflect goes from 4 random units to the entire enemy team. So yeah, you're gonna want to get him at least Awaken 1. His 5P passive. Specialized protection goes to 230%, and his reflect goes to 61%. And his Awaken 2 summons Tank Top Black Hole, so now you have 2 versus 1 on the field with you. Tank Top Brothers can still follow up if TTM is stuck in any way, as we've seen with other characters such as King. Tank Top Brothers never fall even if TTM is dead, similar to King. Only 1 damage reflect can be triggered. Can reflect damage received in specialized protection. Removal of damage sharing applies to all support characters. Again, kind of redundant. It's pretty clear in there when the battle starts. It pretty much affects all your opponent's characters. Tank Top Brothers have no follow-up limit, similar to some of the others. Cannot reflect if TTM is exited. That will be something to discuss in another video when we talk about our possibilities for our next character coming, but I don't want to digress right now. TTM can restore specialized protection faster with SSR plus DSK, and it is. Specialized protection for this character is incredibly helpful, so you're going to want to build around that if you're going to have a focused team around this particular character. Gearing for this character is what you would expect. We've talked about a million times with other characters that are like this. HP gear with full HP percent. Drive is great. Of course it is. You can use crit. But honestly, to me, it's all about the HP percent. And so you would expect the same thing with buff gear. HP percent. Your class S, HP percent, HP. But again, those are always going to be your focus with these types of characters. Same with the grappler one, HP. Everything else, I mean, you can add things to it like bonus damage, etc. But it's all going to be focused on HP. That's how I built my CK when it first came around. That's how I built my Koketsu. And I can tell you from experimentation, when it all pushed to shove, in the end, as much HP as possible is the best way to usually go about it. So we talked about why you would want this unit, why he is so good. The counter damage sharing is amazing. The damage reflect is nice. Of course, he is super tanky because those minions of his replenish his specialized protection on each attack. The minions never ever die, which is always a plus. So it's always a nice little addition to have on the field if you've experienced that with other characters that you've owned that are awakened. Again, for the hero side, this character is absolutely amazing, okay? Think about who's out there on the hero side currently that you can use not only as a tank, as a hard counter. Reflect now, he just does so much. And tank characters you don't have to go crazy on, okay? That's one of the big pluses with them, you know? So it's always something to consider. I mean, you get his HP going as best as you can. And do you have to have his KS? No. So yeah, I mean, he does have that ability for free to play low spenders to be a very effective unit with lower than normal costs, okay? Would you like to get him Awaken 1 at least? Of course. To me, that's key. Awaken 2, absolutely not necessary. 5P, not necessary either. Is it nice? Of course it is. Is it a must? Hell no. That's what makes this unit very interesting. Now again, we've already talked about some of the problems with this unit. Just because it's a grappler, think about how many grapplers you have and have built right now. Yeah, it's just, you're just gonna have to really look at what you have and how you wanna build your team to make the proper choice, as well as if you have the resources, because you don't want to miss out on a core character. Outside of that, to me, he doesn't have a lot of downsides. Now again, what's his meta going to be like? Well, sadly, we don't know because they keep messing up the schedule. It could be a lot smaller than we think. It could be longer than we think. We just don't know. So every character in this game, besides the core character, is always going to be a gamble. So you do have to keep that in mind. If there's somebody coming down the road that you would prefer, that you know you want, then maybe you don't bother with this one. It is not going to break your team in the long run because of how things have been going in this game. And to me, in the long run, like with most games, there is always a better unit down the road. So keep that in mind, because that's a biggie, okay, to really consider. So, in my opinion, I love this character. Like I said, that's why I wanted to preface it with the little disclaimer. I love this character, I love this character, I love this character, because it represents what I like when I build teams. But it's not for everybody, especially with the possibility of us getting our new core character possibly at the 2-year anniversary mark. And again, take it with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. They could move their schedule around again. And it is what it is. All this is a guessing game at this point, since we haven't been exactly consistent. We have our moments where they follow it and then they divert. Then we have our moments when they follow the prior schedule, then they divert. So in the end, you're really just gonna have to decide what's important to you and how do you see your team progression over the next few months. So With that, I'm going to have quite a few videos coming out, at least another 2. I'm trying to get them all done today when I have some time, because there's a lot to talk about in this game. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.